Hey everybody! Welcome to Friday Night Live with Kelly. Not that I am always going to do this on Friday nights. I'm making a big sacrifice for you guys tonight. I'm going to do our live and probably, well, I know just one layout because I have a date with Alexander Hamilton and Lin-Manuel Miranda. So hard to say that. Don't know why. It's not really that hard to say. But anyway, so I thought I would get on and just start chit-chatting and do a layout tonight. So I did 2 layouts earlier today, which I actually already put away now that I think about it, when Victoria Marie did her live. So tonight I am going to do a layout with these 2 photos of me. And I was testing out how I was going to need to wear my hair once I went back to work with a mask. So basically now I have to wear my hair up in a ponytail all the time, just because it gets it's so hard to manage it otherwise. So when I turned around and looked in the mirror, my hair was, I had my hair like way up. I had it in a high ponytail. So it was way, way up, which is just like crazy for me that I was able to do that. Just, it was so long. So that's what my hair was like a couple of weeks ago, but I have since had it cut, and she took somewhere between 2 and 3 inches and of course took care of my crazy raggedy ends and that kind of stuff. So anyway, so there's that, and I'm having a hard time. My YouTube was up, so I hope for some reason it is no longer. I'm having a difficult time with it. So hang on a second, guys. I'm going to try to refresh my screen and see if that works. But while I get that started, I'm thinking that I'm going to use that stay-at-home collection, which I've used a couple of times, but I have not used any of this blue yet. And now I'm still having, I'm sorry guys, I'm still having problems. So I love these 2 blue papers from the collection. I know I've not used this. I used this back one. So sorry guys, don't think it's the iPad's fault. I have internet, so sorry about that. Anyway, so I think this works really well with both of these, and I really love the floral. The question is, do I want to save that for somewhere else where that can really be on display in a large piece, and then maybe use this graphic piece? And I do like this because the lines in here appear a little bit more blue. So I'm thinking that that is the way I'm going to go. That's my thought, is that we'll start with this as kind of a background and see where I go from here. Now I've got green, I've got the blue in both of these masks. I have green in both of these as well. And this collection does have some green in it. So let me grab that. That's this piece here. So I could do something like that. Okay. Thinking maybe that would work really well. Now, be stronger than any challenge, other challenge, a thing that carries you through. I think that's actually kind of appropriate for this layout. And I'm gonna hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry. iPad's coming down to see if it's on my end or if it's on YouTube's end. Sorry. So I'm thinking those 2 would be really good together. And then we need another print or something in the middle of that. So I'm gonna grab this Let's Stay Home collection papers, see if I can find something. I know there's a floral. There is this building and home, like homes and that kind of thing, which I think is a nice paper, but though I was at home, so I could do something with that, perhaps. And that hair was as a result of having to stay at home and not being able to have my hair cut and all of that good stuff. It's just, I'm not sure. I do like that background. I don't know if I have any more of that left. So let's look at that and see. Ooh, and I have this piece too. Now that's not the green, but that's really pretty. Too many good things. Let's see. Okay, so this, now the thing I am definitely missing about this, if I use this, is that I'm missing the green in here and the scallops. It's almost like I feel like I should save that for another day. And if I was going to do that, I think I would do something like this with this over, but I think I'm going to save this one. I do want to definitely use this paper for something, the scallop part of it. Okay. The option here too is to do one of these where we use it like this, and then we bring it back here. I just think there's too much going on if I use this building background. It just feels like there's a lot going on. At least this way. This way, it's a little bit better, but it's too distracting for me to want to use. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I really like this on the green paper. So let's see. I thought there was like an all over floral in here. There's the hearts. I think I've used that. There's a floral pattern. I wonder, see, there's a floral pattern here. I wonder though if that's not a full pattern, and it isn't. Okay, well, because I really like that pattern. I think that's a kind of a nice addition to this. All right, I have to double check it just to make sure that I didn't miss it. Nope. I do love this collection, obviously. Because I think I would like an all over pattern. So I'm thinking that might be something. This might be something to use as well. I've used this one though already. I know that for sure. Not that I can't repeat that. Yeah. That is not an all over pattern that's featured in here anywhere. Okay, so if I use don't like it on that. Too much going on again. What I think I'm going to do is make a decision and do this here. Just get it down. I'm thinking, you know, now that I look at it, I forget my bathroom is green, so maybe that's why I'm liking this so much. So that is the Let's Stay Home, You Are Stronger paper from Pink Fresh. Okay. And maybe the answer is that I bring in the color and all of that with the, I didn't get this down right, with the embellishments and not worry about the background of this so much. So let's go there. Let's grab the die cuts. And I do need quite a bit of journaling space on this. So like here's the floral. And then here's the floral, but this is like no, there's no space for me to really journal on that one. Okay, we already said we're not going to use this. Going to put this paper away so I don't get sidetracked here. I have a boatload of other, oh, this is kind of cool. So I might have to think about how to go with this. There is these journaling bits that I really like and enjoy. There is this little tag here. This doesn't have any of that dark blue though on it, so not sure I love that. I do like this little hope piece. And there is kind of a pinky color in that. Other ones here are not really, they're not, the other envelopes there are not really workable for this. So let's look here at the die cuts and see what we can come up with. I do like this Hold On Through the Storm. There's a rainbow on the other side. And I could, if I wanted to, grab some pink from my stash and pull out some pink from this rainbow. That's a thought. Let's see. So lots of these again. This is a stay-at-home, definitely COVID-related collection. So this one says family memories. This isn't family memory, and that will blend in. But I could, I did that. I think I might have done that last week. And there's a little slide thing. I can't remember what those slide things are called. Slide things. Let's see. Choose Hope would be appropriate. Let's see what else. Hey Deborah, good to see you. YouTube is being sassy tonight, I think, but I'm glad you guys are joining me. This is Once You Choose Hope, anything is possible. So that's all appropriate because, so for those of you just starting to join me now, these are two photos from when I was trying my masks on that I was going to have to wear for work, and trying to figure out how I was going to have to do my hair. And the short answer is I have to wear it up completely in a ponytail all the time. And when I turned around to look at it, my ponytail was super long. So I took a picture because of that. So now I'm kind of playing around with what we can do here. I would need to find some journaling something somewhere though if I do it like this, because I want to talk about that story somewhere. And I can always bring in my Ellie Studio pieces there. So there's a little house. This has a lot of really awesome die cuts here. It is pretty family oriented, so that is one thing that I'm finding a little bit harder, but there's plenty of other things in there that that I'm not finding it that hard, that I can't use it. There's a little heart there that I could use. There's that floral. I'm staying away from some of the blue pieces because I have so much blue here. Okay, so I think we have a good start here. I have this floral as well. I do like this. So I think what I need to do is let's cut off that big white strip there. That gets a little distracting. I know some people actually work with the border strips on for the whole time they're doing their layouts, and I'm always really impressed that they can do that, because for me it throws off the spacing and balance for me. That's my own little thing, right? Okay, choose hope. And I think I'm going to call this like testing masks, and then like that hair in big bold letters is kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so there's that. There's some really awesome puffy stickers in here, so like positive vibes would be good for this one. That would work. There are some puffy sticker florals, and there's the hearts, which those hearts are really cute. There's the, these are the cardstock, yeah, cardstock stickers is what they are called. So there's a lot of things about family and baking. Unlike Pink Fresh has one that has a lot of other things. It's not just stay-at-home stuff. So this is really very home and family related. But I love the colors in this. Even if you don't buy any of the embellishments, the colors of these papers is just amazing. So I wanted to see if there was anything. There are work from home icons on this, I know that. This helping others would be true, because this is for going back to work. Since I'm a massage therapist, that would make sense. Let's see. Learn from home could kind of work for this, depending on where I land this. Let's see what else. Let's see, use what you have. Decluttering. Okay, I'm just going to grab this use what you have just in case. Let's see, and this is when you love what you have everything you need. Although that seems like a lot more words, and I already have words here and there, but I'll keep that in the back of my mind. This people helping people too could work for me for this. And then there's, you know, just some simple icons, icons, and then like the dinner icons and that kind of thing. And then just the circles and a couple of labels. That's what that is. So those I could use too, and there's a little home thing that could work. And then I did bring in these pieces from Creative Memories Blend and Bloom. I had all the enamel dots. I've used those up, and so I still have a couple puffy things here, which those aren't going to work, but I have some die cuts that are not going to be appropriate for this one. So hey Cynthia, good to see you. So I think what I'm going to do is just run over. I'm feeling the need for like a little bit of something in pink across here, even though there's not a lot of pink, but I'm thinking it might separate this out, kind of blend things together. And if you had a pattern that combined this color and this color, that would be awesome. This is a really hard blue to find in a lot of other collections, so that's going to be hard to find. So I'm just going to see if I can grab a pink pattern. So I'll grab my pink stack of paper here, and you watch me figure that out and eliminate things. And so this is like the wrong pink there. That I think I could make work, and I do love a good polka dot, right? So we're aiming for that kind of a pink. That works too. Oops, I'm seeing a couple down here that I think might work as well. There's that one. I'm thinking though, if I'm going to go with anything, I probably will go a little bit lighter here. I like the stars, but if I'm going to use that floral, I think that won't work. And then, let's see, so here's that darker pink again. This is almost like a cross between, this is like a bubblegummy Pepto-Bismol pink. That sounds awful, but that's what it looks like to me, guys. Also have that. I have this. The only, which I really like this second sheet so far. Yep, me too. That's my favorite so far. So this I really like because I think it works well and I could journal on it, but the squares here and the squares here match up a little bit too closely. And I think that's a little whimsical. This one is too bright for me. Let's see what else we have. And you guys can see this. I just realized I should have made sure you can see this. I'm thinking it might be that second sheet. And I could probably go back in and find other things, but I'm not going to go that far. I think we have a good candidate there. Let's work with that one. And I have room over on my little credenza next to me, so I'm not going to throw it away. So, okay, so let's go back through this again and see what we think now that we can get them under there. So that's pretty good. I don't mind that, although I think the stripes and the stripes maybe are a little hard on the eye. So let's, since they reverse, not sure I like that with this. A little easier there. There's that one. Too square. Yes, too square. I think this one is a little too hot pink. Let's try it here. Yeah, it's like, I love this blue so much. I don't want to get another color quite that intense, or I think it'll fight it. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So that'll be true about this. Here's a white version of that, but I don't like that. I think that disappears. So the other one is that, and again, same thing with the stripes. Okay, so it's either this pink or that pink, and I think this is the better pink of the two. So close. All right, and I don't know, I think we're gonna let this go all the way across here, but not a big exposure of the pattern. You'll see it here. So I'm thinking I'm going to do, I love it when you can use like rows of polka dots to decide how, like where you're, to get it straight. That's what I want to say. I'm thinking about more than one thing at a time. So tonight, you guys, I said I have a date with Alexander Hamilton and Lin-Manuel Miranda later, but we also have fireworks in my hometown tonight, which is kind of interesting because pretty much a lot of the fireworks were canceled around me. But what my hometown is doing is there's a separate Facebook group for July 4th events. I live in the United States. And they were giving a few hints, but they didn't reveal, well, they actually haven't revealed where the fireworks are going to be. They did say they weren't going to be in the normal place that they are, which is a big, beautiful park. But they weren't going to do that. But that what they're doing at 9 o'clock tonight, they're going to launch a firework, and then again at 9:15, so you can kind of figure out where they are. They told us what side of town they're going to be, which if you know where I live, that means it has to be either at a park, a specific park, or the high school, which they're like right next to each other. And rumor has it it's at the park. So that's kind of how they're doing it. And then, you know, if you need to reposition yourself, you can do it. But I thought it was kind of a cool way. And they did it so that they could still get social distancing and people weren't going to be running to the park. I don't think I'll be able to see them from my house. I normally, if I walk a block, I could see them from my house in the old place, or in the old place, yeah, where they normally are. But I don't think I'm going to be able to see them from my house. And even if I go out to the main street that's just 2 blocks away from where I live, I don't think I'll be able to see them from there either. So I think I might just forego that particular pleasure. Sometimes I'll do things like watch the Capitol 4th or something like that. Okay, so I'm liking the way that pink looks now. And then I'm thinking about getting this on, and I don't want to forget that I do need a space for journaling. Now, the other thing I could do, although I did kind of glue everything down, but I could always, tuck a little, although this isn't really glued down, I could tuck a little card in here. Don't know that Ellie Studios has a lot of pink in this color family, since I'm seeming to like pink for this layout. But I could, yeah, bite my tongue, right? Because what I could do is just, there we go, drop something here like this. And then, write pull on it or something like that. The other thing I could do is do it right behind one of the photos. The reason I'm not loving it, that kind of throws the balance off though. So this guy back on again, and then just because there's 2 of those, I don't really like the way that looks. And the reason I'm thinking, I was thinking about putting my title up here. I want to glue that down so bad right now, but I'll regret it if I do. That learn from home works right there, doesn't it? All right, let's just glue it, right? And I could do use what you have here, or helping others. Isn't that funny? I totally went on a tangent here. Okay. And then to get some dimension in there, let's get some foam tape behind these. So fireworks are going on tonight. It's going to be really different. I think one of the reasons they did it where they did too is that there's only 2 ways in and out of that particular park. And so they can really block the road off so that people can't gather in the park. I've run a couple of races in the park, and it's a beautiful spot. So I think that's why they did that there. I wish they had kind of done it. I live close to an airport, and they do light fireworks off as part of a celebration there every year, and it's awesome because I can stand on my front porch and see them. And that was the other place that people were mentioning that they thought that maybe they would do it. But I think well, actually the other place is city property too, now that I think about it. All right, anyway, the other park is bigger, so, but both places you could close off the street. Okay, so this is still an idea. I really like the idea of getting something up here. I'm gonna grab, and yes, I do have my chunky robe on because I have the air conditioner. So, so Cynthia just asked if how's work going since I've opened, and is it a lot of work? So the answer is I've been back 7 or 8 weeks now. I can't remember how much exactly. Let me think. 2, 4, 7 weeks. And the first 2 weeks I scheduled a much shorter schedule than I normally do. Only like 3 clients in a day, to try to kind of get a handle on what that all was going to look like. And my first week was super intense, and it was hard. The second week I started to settle in, and now I definitely am settled in, and things are going really, really well. It is more work. What I did is that I cut all of my clients' massages by 10 minutes the first couple of weeks, and was really upfront with them that I was going to do it because I really needed the time, and I have clients booked out for the entire year. I didn't want to have to go back and revamp all of my schedules, not knowing how long this was going to go on. So they were all pretty okay with it, really. I mean, I'm sure they didn't want to do it, but, you know, they were all like, you need to do what you have to do to protect us. And so that all went really well. And then I talked to another really close friend of mine who's a therapist as well. And she said the same thing that I did, that now that we've kind of had some time, we definitely have a routine in, and we're not having to take all that time. I have the extra time in between clients down to 5 minutes. So I have about a half an hour between clients now, when I used to have 15 minutes. So, and yeah, it's a lot of extra work because there's a lot of disinfecting that needs to be done that was not being done now. I disinfected, but I didn't disinfect every flat surface in my room. And the laundry is out of control. So that is part of being a massage therapist. If you don't like doing laundry, don't become a massage therapist if you're thinking about it. Okay, so I'm having a hard time finding, like, these pinks are okay, but they're off. You know, they're not quite right. And normally I'd say, okay, well, that's not a big deal if I can get them to, you know, if I can place the color around in other places, but I think they're far enough off that I don't like how it looks. And I'm just trying to think if I have any other pink labels or stickers anywhere that I could use. My other option is to take paper like this, and I could make a use some washi tape. I've done that before as well too. So let's see, here's some. Just kind of looking to see what other things I have here available, if I could make anything else work. Definitely not there. Looks like I need to print some labels, guys. Or some really intensely pink labels. Oh, you know, I'm going through my 6x8 pads, and I have all these beautiful sticker books at my disposal. Like, a lot of them. So, these are all the, you know, the Vicki Boutin books, and so let's go through here. So there's some, this is a great pink if she has labels in that color in here. So these have a floral on them. See, a little red. Here's a green. So that could work. It's a little springy or turquoisey color. So that could work as a label. Now that's not that much journaling space, so that's my only thing. And I'm not above, like, I don't love this flower necessarily for this. It's a little even sketchier than this looks. And but if I wanted to use it, I'm not above just, you know, covering part of that. Let's see, lots of red in here. There's a little mint arrow. So that could be useful somewhere in here, so I'll keep my hand in there. I need a bigger piece though. Okay. So I'm going to grab Chamel's book because, of course, she likes to do labels and things like that. So let's see if I have anything. And I think we could make some of this work here for sure. So this is a good thing to remember, is that although this turquoise has definitely got more green in it than this one does. So I know she has labels. Oh yeah, see? I've used a ton of them, obviously. Look at all those nice stars. So there's this. And it's not quite the same yellow as what's going on there, but what I'd have to do, I think, is if I did this, Oh, maybe I would have to bring it down here. It's too flimsy. Let's see what we think about that. I think it's a little too intense because my eye is going up to the label instead of staying there. The pink one that was there probably would have worked beautifully. Maybe this pink one. There's a unicorn on it, but oh, why not? And I can cover part of that. Okay, much better. So do you see now that that's on there, kind of what I meant by it was really pulling my eye from here? Because this, I don't think this is pulling my eye. Going back and forth a little bit about how much of this I want on here, because if I go too far down, I think this is a little big. Okay, so my idea is I might cut this. Just I want to leave the big, oh here, this is a good way to do that. So now we know kind of what that looks like. And there is that puppy sticker, and there's a couple of them in here that I could use with this, or I could use those hearts that I like so much up here. So let's see, and I think once I write on that, you won't see a lot of it. So just put that over there. And then I have this helping others sticker still. Maybe that'll just go up here. This is bothering me because it's not crooked, but you can see half the polka dot there. Okay, so it kind of blends in, but I don't mind that. I like to do that sometimes up there. So then we could also do this, except the leaf is going the wrong place. Now that I could cut too, but I think this leaf and this leaf is a little bit too much. There is, let's see, there's a little blue flower here, so that could work over here. I don't think I want to emphasize this other one either. It's still sketchy. That sounds bad. It's you know, sketchy in a drawing way. So I'm going to pull this up here a little bit further. Still want to give myself quite a bit of journaling room though. And then that guy can go there. And then I'll just put that there for a little bit of something popped up. This is a lot of words though. As I'm looking at this, I'm not loving that as much. Let's try this again. And the other thing I just thought of, that is the only gray thing on this entire layout. So that's going to look odd unless I decide I want to bring more gray in, and I'm not sure that that's what I want to do. So there's this little in this together. Since I'm doing this to, you know, keep my clients safe, that makes sense to me. If I could justify why I'll use weird icons and stuff like that, or stuff that may not seem like it fits. Maybe we're going to need some enamel dots on this too. Trying to make this work. The leaves on here are throwing me. There we go. Okay. I think that works. Mostly. This feels like it's falling off here. I'm going to move it in a little bit closer. So I'm still limiting my journaling space. Now, what I could do is if I think I run out of journaling space here, I could do some here, I could do some there. There we go. I know that wasn't very much of a difference, but it was enough to make me happy. All right, so I like that. And I like how we have the sketchy and sketchy here. That seems to work pretty well. Okay, then now I need, since I don't have to do that, tuck anything in there, I need some sort of some sort of title here. The main alpha for this one is big and blue, but they do have this fantastic multicolored alpha that I think I want to use for the words mask test, and then I think I want to do that hair. And I'm thinking, instead of bringing more pink back here, that I'd like to bring in some green, and I'm pretty sure that I have a green alpha that will work with this. The question, ooh, I have a couple of them. All right, either of these will work great. So this first one is a Pink Fresh alpha from the Out and About collection. This is older. And then this is American Crafts Eric is the font here. So the question is, A, do I have the letters in this font? And B, will they be the right size, the correct size? That's pretty big. Let's see if this works any better. It's actually about the same size almost. This is a little bit bigger. I think I'm going to go to this alpha here. And I'm going to live dangerously tonight and not use my wax paper. I just took my robe off, you guys. I'm in my scrapbook room, and the air conditioning is on, and it can get a little chilly down here. So even though it's like 90 degrees, well, maybe it's not 90 degrees outside anymore, but it was for quite a bit today. Yeah, I'm thinking I like this. Now the interesting thing is if I do those letters, they're going to come up here, and maybe I have to figure out how to join these together. Let's look at that in just a second. It feels like I have this justified a little bit too far to the right here, so I think it needs to come back in that direction again. Well, this is interesting. Oh, here they are. I'm like, where are the lowercase r's? They're over by the p's. Okay, and then I really think I need to do an exclamation point here as well. So I'm going to grab one of those just so I know kind of where that is. See, do you see what I mean? It feels really off balance because that title is way over here. So maybe we bring this back over here, and I'm going to see what I think about that. Now I'm really wishing for my wax paper. Whenever I do this, I wish for it though, don't I? Okay, I think I like this better already. Moved over. Too far over though, right? Yep. Oh my goodness. I think this needs to start about right here. Maybe not on the same line as that. Where's my H? That'll give me a thing. All the silly little details that we have. So how many masks do I have? So I have 5 of these and 5 of a turquoise color one. And they're all surgical masks that a really close friend of mine made for me. I actually did a layout about that. And then my sister works at a hospital where they're not allowed to wear homemade masks any longer because they have enough PPE now. So, and their nurses and doctors weren't wearing them, but the rest of the staff was. So now they just have them in case, like their patients come in and they don't have them because it's mandatory that everybody wear them in their facility. So what she did is if they had like a lot of them, she would take a couple of them for me, and that's where this one came from. And I have another one. So I bet I probably have, oh gosh, I probably started out with 15 or 16 of them. I've had clients bring me probably 4 others. And then I just ordered 5 more from Melody Rayner. It's Raynor. She has a YouTube channel as well, and she's making them. And so I just ordered those, and those are more style like this, because what I'm finding is these masks are really heavy quilting cotton, and when it's 90 degrees out, they're a little bit too heavy for me to wear. So that is one of the things I've definitely learned. If you guys, I know a lot of people don't really love wearing them, and I know there's states that are mandating them, but definitely experiment with the kind of mask that you have, so that, I have a combination here, and some days this is an ear loop and this is a surgical kind. Some days the ear loops work better for me, some days the surgical kind do, but I will tell you that when I wear an ear loop mask, my ears are definitely really sore in about 4 hours. So I also do have the ear savers, and I just put them up underneath my ponytail and then put the ear loops around them if I remember to do it. So that is a hint that I can give you, and I'm sure, like, if you're working with masks, you've probably figured that out already, honestly, because they are not necessarily fun to wear that way. So, hey Sue, good to see you. Okay, so I really like the way this looks. Now the question is, am I going to do the words mask practice? I don't know, we'll see. So anyway, that's the advice I give people about wearing them, is you have to experiment. You can't just expect it to work the first time. Play with it a little bit. Make sure you're finding something that works for you. Best advice that I can give. Because all masks are not created equal. I didn't have a massage today, but I had body work. So I had a cranial sacral session today, which is a technique that I do as well. I think I'm going to do yellow next to this one because there's no yellow S. And I said to the practitioner who was doing it, I asked her if she wanted me to mask, and she said no. She is also a medical person as well too, so she thinks she's used to getting exposed to stuff. Which I'm laughing about that. It's not funny, but seriously, you become a little immune to that. Oh, I just realized I really want like an ampersand, but they're not going to have an ampersand in this set. I don't think I'm going to do mask test up here because I think it's too much up here. You guys see, do you see what I mean? No, I could do, not with that letter, but let's try another one here. I could do it down here though. Let's see if we like that there. And then I don't have to use the ampersand. And I'd probably have to change that color. I think it's too much, too many words all over the place. So I think I'm going to just abandon the idea of doing the mask test thing here. And we'll just do it with that here. And then I can talk in the journaling about that. If I need to, I could tuck some more journaling. That's the wrong yellow, but I could probably tuck a little bit more journaling up here. That's kind of, I almost like the way this sort of blends in. It's kind of a blend between those two colors. So I might actually leave that there, you guys. Oh, and I have that little, I have this little green heart, and I think that would be a nice way to bring some green back into this lower part here, because we have this little bit here. It's very green up here. We don't really have a lot down here. So let's get this glued in, because then I'm just thinking that I could talk about up here, I could talk about testing the masks, and then down here, if I wanted to, then I could talk about how I, the long hair. Okay. And then I think we're going to pop this one up here too as well. Now I didn't ink any of this, but it certainly could use it if that's your thing, and it often is mine. I just didn't do it tonight because I think you could do that really nicely to blend a lot of the colors in and bring things together. And sometimes when you have a lot of colors and a lot of kind of bright colors like I do on this, I think that's not such a bad idea actually, because I think it really does help blend things in. So now there's just that little touch of that green up here, and I like that. I was just trying to decide if we wanted to get some orange up here, but I think that's too much. The other thing that I'm thinking as I'm looking at this, I'm liking this little flower up there less and less. And so maybe what I want to do is add in some enamel dots maybe. I could find maybe some gold ones and kind of pull that color back in here, because that seems to be the only color. Like there's a yellow here, this is a greeny yellow here, but there's nothing up there in that color. And I think I say this fairly often, that when you're getting close to being done, look at it, and one of the things that I always scan for is, am I missing a color anywhere? And I feel like I really need some yellow or some gold up there. So I'm sorry, I don't want to bump you guys. I'm going to try not to, but I have to pull my enamel dot out of the way. So let's see what I have in some sort of gold color. Okay, and that, guys, I'll be right back. That would be a box elder bug crawling across my layout. Yikes. Eek! Sorry. Yikes. I do not, I don't like box elder bugs. Ooh, and look at that. I actually like that darker green better here. I'm going to pull this one off. When I was 12, I had a paper route. There was a house on my paper route that had box elder bugs, and they covered, and I do mean covered, the sidewalk. It was really gross. So, anyway. All right, Cynthia, good night. I think I'm actually really close to being done. I just need to get the gold on here. So sorry I had to take that little break, you guys, but yikes. This would be a good, could add a couple, well, actually that green's off. So's the pink. I thought it was a good match, but it is not. And I'm hoping I have some kind of gold enamel dots or something. Now that's a good color match. So somehow I could work, there's only 2 enamel shapes here though, so that's a little tough to get them to make any sense. Oh, I think this will work. There we go. To the rescue, and look at this. I think I have 4 of these that I've used. So that also makes me happy. So let's get some of that color in everywhere. And you know, I like to tuck those big enamel dots in so that I still get to use them, but you don't see as much of them. Maybe we'll try to do that here as well. And this, I'm really liking the way this is adding color. This color up here. I think it really needed this little bit here. Okay, so we have 2. We need a third down here. I think I'm just going to bring it up under here and add it in there. Okay. So we have 3. Kind of eyelid out and Brad's. They have a lot of really great sheets of these and just colors. So, all right, guys. So I think really the layout is done. I'll journal here and here, And that looks like it's pretty good. So another pandemic album layout done. I think I have maybe not even 10 more to do now. And I do have some things that I haven't printed pictures yet for, but I'm kind of including those in there because I have the spaces in my album. It's really full. I'll go grab it quick because it's right here. Oh, it's even closer than I thought. I thought it was on my shelf. It's right next to me here. I'm not gonna walk through it with you because I'm going to do that eventually, but look at that. How many pages are in there. It's getting really, really full. So let's see. I'm going to do a quick count. So there are 24 page protectors in here right now. And I would say I have like maybe 8 pages to do yet. So I did 2 earlier this afternoon, and then I did this one now. So it's kind of nice. I feel like I'm getting really close to being done with this. So, all right, guys, I think that is the layout for tonight. And I love how bright and colorful it is. This was a fun, like it was a hopeful time for me. So I really like how that turned out. So hope you guys are all well. First of all, if you're in Canada, happy belated Canada Day, because that was on Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday was the 2nd. So happy belated Canada Day, or wait, no, it's the 1st. Sorry, my Canadian friends, I missed that. Anyway, happy belated, I think it was Tuesday. I think it's the 1st. So happy belated Canada Day no, that was Wednesday. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm trying to be nice. Happy belated Canada Day. It was Wednesday because it was the 1st. And then for those of you in the U.S., happy 4th of July. Hey, Tisa, you're just joining in just as I'm finishing up. So that's the layout. So I hope you guys are all able to have a fun 4th, whatever that means for all of you. For me, like I said, no fireworks. Oh, I didn't tell you about the parade. They're doing a crazy thing with the parade too. The parade starts at 10 o'clock. At 9:45, they are going to list on the Facebook invitation group in my hometown the neighborhoods that the parade is going to go through, and they've designed it so that it's easily walkable for most everybody in the city. And it's going to go through like 12 different neighborhoods to keep the numbers down. So I thought that was really cool too. They're doing some really neat things. They're gonna have like bands not a high school band. It's like a group of 6 guys. They're gonna put them on a big flatbed truck, and so kind of a cool way to do that. So anyway, so happy belated Canada Day. Happy 4th of July. Hope you guys are all well. And I will be back with another layout tomorrow because that one's already taped on the way up. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me tonight. Bye.